Good morning. Today is October 4th. Hope you're well. Today we're going to talk about the subject of growth. And we all have an idea of what that means. But growth is hard, all right? Growth requires change, movement, and we're not always so keen on change, are we? We get comfortable with whatever, and that seems to feel good to us. But comfort and growth can't be good friends, so to speak. And it's not to say there's something wrong with being comfortable. You're not gonna demonize it, say it's a bad thing. But unfortunately, comfort doesn't allow for growth. And so we resist change and growth because it doesn't feel good, usually. I mean, sometimes I guess it could, but the really deep dive type of stuff, that's a whole other story. That kind of growth, because what happens is, like we said, it's a deep dive, and we've accumulated stuff over time that has somewhat served us well, and so often those things, they reach their expiration to where now, instead of it being helpful, those things become a hindrance to us, a hindrance to our growth. But why is growth so important anyway? Why is it important? Because we're living beings. All living things grow and change. And for humans, we grow and change in ways that seem, some of the ways that we grow and change are different from the rest of the life around us that we see. And we're talking about the mental and emotional and psychological effects of that change. Those things, I mean, it's hard enough. Let's back up. Say you have to change locations for work or something. Well, the physical change, that's kind of hard enough, right? That's challenging enough. Having to pack up your stuff and rent a U-Haul and blah, blah, blah. But the hardest part about that is the mental and emotional wear and tear stuff that we experience through it. Hold on. Saw a dog. And that's the stuff that we try to avoid, right? Like, it's all well and good if I could pack up my stuff and move and still be working with the same people that I know and have gotten to be friendly with and take the same route to work that I don't even have to think about anymore. And all the things that I've gotten comfortable with, well then that move is not going to be quite as challenging. right? It's like, just packed up some shit and transported it to a different location. Easy peasy. Maybe, sort of. Except I think that's pretty expensive, but so in that way, your pocketbook is hurting too, but anyway, so growth is important to us because we improve, and not to say that we had zero worth before growth, but what it is if you imagine a newborn baby as a kind of a blank slate, and I don't think many people would argue that a baby needs to learn things and grow in physical and every other kind of way, right? And if you come across a 10-year-old that doesn't, I'm not talking about disabilities here, like brain stuff. I'm talking about just you come across a 10-year-old and he's still eating baby food, even though he's got a full set of teeth, and he doesn't know how to read yet. He doesn't know his colors. He doesn't know his ABCs. He still crawls. I mean, obviously, you're going to be like, something went wrong. There should be some amount of growth between birth and 10 years. But that's the same for us. We feel like, okay, once we reach a certain age or a certain height or a certain something, we feel like, that growth and learning isn't so important anymore. But it is. In fact, it's just as important because, for a child, there aren't the type of lessons to be learned, experienced, and grown because of, right? Sorry. So anyway, so the other thing is that even though growth is difficult, once we do grow, once we cross that threshold of before we made some growth and after, there is a sense of something that is good for us, right? Like a sense of accomplishment, a sense of something. Hold on one second. Do you want these cookies?
I can't eat gluten, honey. Thanks.
I feel like it said gluten-free.
No sugar.
Oh, never mind. It's got sugar.
No gluten.
All right.
Kale.
Oh, I don't have any kale. Sorry. You too. Thank you. Toting around his bag of cookies because, somebody might like them. I don't. They're perfectly fine, but they're a bit too sweet for me. This guy, you heard what he said. And I don't have any kale for him right now, so. Anyway, so growth and learning is important in adulthood. And, but once we jump on that pony and say, okay, let's roll these sleeves up and start learning and growing. Once we are on board with that idea, then it almost becomes like an opportunity. These are opportunities now. Whereas before, first they were problems, and then they were challenges, and then they become opportunities. And sometimes it's a mix of all three somehow. But still, we were able to discern the opportunity aspect of the lesson that we're experiencing. And so, yeah, you get up on there and you're like going and going, like, okay, almost like bring it on. I feel good. I feel strong. And then something comes from who knows where, from outer space, and knocks us on our ass and says, here's a lesson for you. They're like, what the hell? Wait. I thought I was good. And we were good. We've leveled up. That's what happens. We level up. And we grow stronger. And that sense of well-being has grown within us because we've met obstacles, problems, challenges, opportunities. We've faced them. We've worked through them. And it leaves us with this feeling of a different feeling. Sometimes even a feeling of newness. Like, I changed. I'm not the same person I was. And that feels good. Not that the person I was so effed up. But it's just the organic process of being a living being. That it would feel good because it's in the design. So, I don't know what to do with these damn cookies. They're gonna get mad if I put them here. So, knocked on her ass. And it's like, what? But again, we have to do the thing that we've started to do over time, which is try to be as objective as possible in this. Try to not allow the emotion and the overwhelm to get us, stuck.
News to cross Auburn Boulevard up Collinsville Drive, traveling south.
Gee whiz. Okay. Where was I? That robot thing kind of threw me off. I am waiting. So yeah, we're leveled up now, and we have to figure out now how to look down at whatever the situation is instead of being in it, kind of stuck in this swamp or feeling kind of whatever the feeling is, overwhelmed. Gotta figure out some tricks to at least breathe in, breathe out, and say, okay, you know what? This is just another experience. It's just a lesson. Okay, let me get my wits about me here. And if we can do the thing that sometimes counselors and therapists encourage us to do in these moments, which is, namely, to make space. Bring some space between the whatever and ourselves. Breathe in, breathe out. Don't think. Don't just be still. Allow that space to grow. And what happens then is the noise, the chaos, the tornado that's just zooming around, it starts to slow down and it starts to calm down. And that's what we need. The issue is still there. The opportunity is still there, but now it's going to show itself, its face of opportunity more than that face of, oh shit, I'm screwed, which initially got us. So, and then we work through it somehow. And we're each of us individuals, and probably no two of us is going to go at these things the same way. Exactly. We're all different. We all have tools in our toolkit to be able to work through, to be able to even kind of strategize how we're moving in this place. But the tools that we have are somewhat different depending on our previous experiences and our state of mind and takeaway. No, it's not state of mind. Previous experiences and just the lessons that we've already learned. So what happens is integrating all of those things. No two of us has experienced the exact same lessons and come out of it with the exact same feelings or understandings, you see. So that's why it's so individual, and that's why we can't go around telling other people, well, just do this. It's like telling a person who has no shoes, well, just wear mine or whatever. I don't know, that was a crappy example, but you just can't. Somebody who has problems or somebody who has issues or whatever, and just say, just do what I do. Yeah. And sometimes we mean well when we go at it that way, but it's usually not helpful because, again, we all are very, very unique. We seem to be, we know we have similarities, but when it comes to these type of things, we're very unique. What kind of family were you born into? What kind of environment were you raised in? What kind of, what are your strengths and your weaknesses? What is your temperament? Socially, how do you get on? Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Blah, 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 blah. And there's a zillion more of that goes into how we choose the tools that we're going to use to strategize in this place in an objective way as much as we can. Speaker is starting to feel like we cannot ever be 100% objective, no matter how hard we try, because we are who we are. It's like saying, okay, maybe we could be completely objective if we could wipe the entire slate clean within ourselves of every experience that's ever happened and every conclusion we've ever reached and every person we've ever met or known or experienced, or then maybe we could be objective. But as long as we still carrying those type of things, we can only be so objective. But we try because we understand that sometimes we get tangled up in the stuff that we're carrying from the past, and it hinders us. But yeah. So actually, I think I'm gonna go this way. I'm not gonna cross the street. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So that's just, I don't know if this is gonna be a two-parter or not, but those are just some of the ideas that we were having, and we didn't actually even really, I guess it probably will be a two-parter, we'll see, because we didn't really get into some of the practical things that we can all do regardless of what's in the toolkit. That we mentioned a couple, like making space between ourselves and whatever the event is. And so who knows, maybe we'll continue on in that way. But yeah, I can't think of anything else. Any cars coming? Nope, across the street. Jeez. Well, I gotta unload these damn cookies. I'm just gonna put it right here. I hope somebody will see it. Besides the ants. The ants are gonna probably get to it first, but oh well. I'm tired of carrying that bag of cookies. Anyway, I am at my destination, so with that, we will say, hope there was something in this that you found helpful or some information useful. And as always, we want to wish you much love. Bye.